Hi guys, it's Eric here, or Trix, whatever you want to call me. I actually do prefer Eric versus Trix. I think Trix is a little awkward because recently my first gamer tag I've had since I was like on the original Xbox, so people used to call me that. So when I hear Trix, it still kind of little bugs me. So everyone I know I play with usually calls me Eric. Future heads up if you want to comment or in future videos. Eric is what I like to go by. I'll probably put that down in most of my videos. Say, hey, what's up, it's Eric. But anyways, this is a little different. I'm doing a commentary that's normal versus a Let's Play. Yeah, I don't like to do these commentaries because I find it hard to talk about things versus Let's Plays. I think if I can do, usually I can talk about a subject in a Let's Play and it performs so much better. But anyways, I was just wanting to tell you guys a little story today, and because I have this awesome gameplay that I've had stored up for 2 months and it's been I've been dying to show you guys the gameplay. Get that out of the way. So here where I live, a lot of off-roading happens around, so it's pretty big, especially since we have vehicles of our own. And so here it's everyone I know, they tend to, when they're 16, get their license really fast. I got mine when I was 16. Like, my friend shut up my doorstep with this permit as soon as he got his. I'm like, oh man, I gotta get mine. So I went back like 2 days later, did it. So driving is a huge thing here. It may be different when you live. I don't know if you're taught to drive at a very young age, but here we are, because where I live, takes forever to get to place to place. So you really need to have a vehicle to get anywhere, at least, because it literally takes me 10 minutes just to go to McDonald's, and almost 10 minutes just to go to the gas station just to get a drink. If I was to go out, if I was going to go to the movie theater, almost an hour. If I were going to the mall, about almost an hour. Everything's so far away from me that it's just, you need a vehicle, especially school. School is literally, I'm maybe 10-15 minutes away from school, and I live really close to the school. I live in one of the developments that is super close to school. So anyways, back to my topic about the off-roading adventures we have. So ever since I was a kid, I've been off-roading and been camping and all that. My dad's, he owns a shop. He does Jeeps, some trucks, depends on what he likes to do. A lot of Scouts, a lot of other stuff, like really cool off-road vehicles. And so I grew up around that stuff. And my friends, they all have trucks and I have a Jeep myself. So one day, I think I was about maybe 16 years old, after school, one day my friend decides us to go, hey, let's go out to hit the trails. And the trails that we usually go to are called the Pipes, and the Pipes are freaking amazing. So if you are a big fan of off-roading, it was an awesome experience. It's not really like trails, it's just, you go down a service road and it's a lot of mud. Pretty much it. So it was fun, at least. Anyway, so one day we decide we're gonna go out there, and we take my Jeep, and my Jeep wasn't fully done up like it is now. I actually it was the one I had previous to this one, and it really wasn't all done up the way I had it at the moment of, like, I think last year. So it was just a little lifted, had a little stuff parts on it, whatever, on doing stuff like that. But it was nice, you know, it was awesome. It was my first vehicle. I loved the thing. So we go out there, raising hell, having a blast, all that stuff, and I made the huge mistake and let my friend Justin, so who came with us, let me clarify this. It was Justin and his girlfriend, alright? So I let him drive after we get to a point, and I'm like, okay, what kind of harm come? You know, he has a car, he has a license, he knows how to do everything. And I realized it was Justin. He has a self-destruct button for everything. He finds it, literally. He will blow anything up he sees. So I didn't let him drive, and there's a little area that it has a retention pond. It might be a lake. I think it's a retention pond. A little too small to be a lake. So it was flooded on the right side towards the trail, and you couldn't really go through the trail, or else you go through the water. And I usually hang to the right side, because when it rains a lot, it'll flood the area, and if you go to the right side of it, then you are safe. You know, you're in the clear. And he doesn't have a truck or a vehicle like that. He has a car, but he has a dirt bike, and he used to go on that trail a lot with his dirt bike, and you go on the left side. Well, by the time I let him drive, I'm telling him, hey man, you gotta go right side, and even his girlfriend's saying, hey, listen to him. He's like, nah man, I got this. When he said that, my heart sunk. I was like, oh god, he's gonna kill me. I mean, he's gonna, you know, mess my Jeep up. My dad's literally gonna kill me if something happens. So he then goes left, and I'm like yelling at this point, no, go right, go right, go right. And he goes left, and if you go into the water and it's soft sand, it'll pull you in. Like, no joke, it pulls you straight in, no matter how much. And if you turn right, if we're going, the water's still up, so if you turn right, it's going to pull you left even more. That's just the way the physics work in this predicament. So he then gets us swamped in this water, and it's just in the water. I'm like, oh my god. And we're trying to back it up, and we get back it up, and it's just sinking even more. We're like, okay, man, we gotta leave it. And I'm just gonna keep going even though the footage is gone. I'll probably post some other things. And so we just leave it. Yeah, hold on a second. I was just talking about that. Okay, so we just leave it there, and so water starts flooding in my Jeep at this moment. And I'm freaking out a little bit because there's water in my Jeep up to my steering wheel. And I'll probably post a picture somewhere in this video where you can see it. Maybe at the end. Or I'll leave it up right now. I'll just leave it up when the black screen's up. So, it's up to my steering wheels. And good thing it's not up to it's not into my intake yet, so we turned off the Jeep just to make sure we didn't run out of gas, and they're like, okay, we gotta leave it put here. And I'm like, I gotta call my friends, dude, we gotta get out of here. So, I give a few friends a call and saying, hey man, can you come pick me up, or whatnot, and so then they decide they will pick me up. Or somebody Chris came over to help us out. But he doesn't have a truck, he has a car too. So he had to walk back there and see how we're doing. And so after that moment, I was like, oh man, nobody's answering the phone calls. I'm not calling my dad because I'll die, you know? He's going to kill me. So I didn't call my mom because she's a little lenient on it. And then so my mom and Justin's dad come over there. And so they're driving mom's Jeep. And so they get back there. And I'm like, okay, pull me out from the back. And so that's what you want to do, is pull off in the back, because if I was going to go forward, it's going to push me through. So what the genius does is pull me forward, okay? The person pulls me forward into more water. Well, the problem with that is it didn't make me all the way through. So now I'm in more water. I'm in deep shit. This is bad. So then we're forced to call a wrecker. And so this moment my Jeep's getting more water in it. It's just fish in my cabin. It's bad. So we call the wrecker to come over and get us out. And so meanwhile, Justin has to pay for the wrecker because it was his fault. But I get my payback later on. You wait and see. So the wrecker finally comes, and so we're off-road. This wrecker is driving a semi, pretty much, okay? So he's got to go down a service road that it's not meant to go down, and then go off-road through these mud holes it's not meant to go through, which is really cool to see happen if you were in there in person. It was really cool, actually. And so he gets there, and he realizes we have to pull forward. So he finally gets me to pull out forward. My Jeep is covered in water. We open up the doors, the back trunk hatch, and the water just pours out. And I'm like, oh god. So we turn it up, it runs perfectly fine. Nothing really messed up with the motor at all. Nothing actually messed up with the motor. It's perfectly fine. It was just, my interior was royally fucked, let's just say that. So I then drive it home. My lights stay on. I had disconnected battery. It smelled like pond water for friggin' forever. There's fish in my Jeep at one point. My speakers are blown. Anyways, if you want to see the second part of the aftermath, let me know, because I'm down to talk about that. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed my story time today, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.